Welcome to Complexity Made Simple. My name is Paul Allen, and the subject of today's video newsletter, we're going to talk about what's the point of collecting data? What do you actually use it for? Now, before we get into this video, I'm just going to remind you, please subscribe, leave a comment, it always helps with the channel. Please also go look at my books. This is the Six Sigma Black Belt Handbook. All the insights that are in these videos are in these books. There's a Black Belt Handbook, there's a DOE, Design of Experiments for 21st Century Engineers. I'll leave a link below. Go and have a look at these texts, because all of the things that are in these videos are buried in those books. So they're great to go and get all the knowledge in one place. So let's have a look. Why collect data? Why measure? What is it that you're actually doing, and what do you use the data for? Okay, so now usually one of the reasons why we're measuring is because we have a tolerance. So reason number one that you measure is to grade the parts. Now, I would say that's the primary reason you do it, and pretty much for most companies you don't do anything else. You take one, you measure it, you say it's a good one, it's a bad one, and you go from there. What you don't use the data for properly is to grade the process. So you can use the data to grade the parts, and that's fine, you should do that. It's a good one, it's a bad one, but that doesn't mean there's something wrong with your process. Or if there is something wrong with your process, it doesn't mean you can fix it in the next 2 minutes. So let's just remind you the two types of process problem you might have. You might have a process problem that looks like this, where you have too much variability. So the operator has got perfect setting because it's centered. It's perfectly centered between the tolerance. Now, obviously the problem that the operator's got, they have too much variability and they're going to get data points that wind them up. They're going to get defects out at the tails. Obviously those tails are got to go in the bin. So you're going to have to measure 100% of the time. You're going to have to grade the parts. Of course, the other problem that the operator could have is this one. Process is perfectly capable of being inside the tolerance, but it's off center. So this one is about aim. This one is about variability. This one, the operator can fix. Please do so. This one, the operator must leave alone. So in other words, if we were grading the process, looking at these pictures would be grading the process. And I would ask the question, how often have you drawn these pictures to say, my machine made defects today, I'm going to grade the process, and I'm going to look at the pattern it's creating, and I'm going to grade it. I'm going to say, have I got too much variability? Or have I got poor aim? If I've got poor aim, the operator can fix it. If I've got variability, the operator can't fix it and must leave it alone. Because of course, if the operator starts to play with their perfection, what will they do? They'll swing this backwards and forwards, and there you'll end up with more data in the tails. And the process is getting worse. So you've got to think, there's two reasons to collect data: grading the parts, grading the process. The way we grade the process, of course, is to look at the natural behavior of the process. What's its variability? We want to know these blue lines. What's its natural behavior in respect of the tolerances? That grades the process. In other words, is the process capable or incapable? We might also want to ask the question, is the process in control or not? two slightly different questions. Are we capable or incapable? Are we in control or not? Just to remind you, control does not mean defect-free. Control means repetition. The machine does the same thing every day. It produces the same pattern every day. So if you produced this pattern here, and every day it produces that pattern, even if it's got a 5% defect rate sitting in those tails, that's a process in control. It's not capable though. It's not capable of being inside the tolerance. This, on the other hand, is perfectly capable of being inside the tolerance, but we're not centering it. Our aim is out. That's how we would grade the process. Now, obviously, what operators tend to do, they just tend to take one data point. They've got tolerances. They take the data point, they compare it to the tolerance, and then they make a decision whether it's a good one or a bad one. That's grading the parts. I would say everybody grades the parts, but you're using the same decision to grade the process. That's wrong. Grade the process with these two questions right here. Use your data more intelligently. And if you start to learn which one of these have I got, this will take you 3 months to fix. This will take you 3 minutes to fix. If you start to learn to use your data to grade the process, then you'll learn how to fix your process problems for good. And of course, you'll get 0 defects and you'll start to make bucket loads of cash. Learn how to grade the parts and grade the process and make more money.